Okay, this is a response and a rebuttal to Dr. Neely FullerJr. video on racism. Um, Also, it's a rebuttal to Dr. Umar Johnson's video, and it's a rebuttal to some of the music videos that you're listening to, and also um, it's feedback for you. So we have three: rebuttal, response, and feedback. So this is what I have to say. Before we talk about any problems with black folk, what we need to talk about, and everybody's bothering me, that's not true, there's food on my face. Okay, what we need to talk about, it wasn't anything mean to me. That's, thank you, was nail polish. What are you talking about? Okay, is housing. Housing, and I didn't even touch my face. What we're talking about is maybe it does seem like something there, so. What we need to talk about is housing before we talk about anything. Because everybody keeps bringing up the other things. If you don't have no place to lay your head at night, you probably really are messed up. It's sad in today's economy, but the chase for the almighty dollar is there. Especially with the white man, that he always thinks he's going to get a dollar. He's never done really anything for black people that they can't do for themselves or on their own. I mean, he works both of them, for themselves, on their own, or somebody else wouldn't have done for them. Okay. So when we talk about the white man, it's like if you could do it for yourself, on your own, or somebody else would have done it for you, then he'll help. Okay. Um, that's all three. So you dealing with him, you dealing with poverty at an extreme level. If somebody has you to live like that, he even has women live like that and young people. I never really cared for him. I went to this church and I was going there, and this other place, which I really don't want to talk about, and he said, Kathy, what? Um, Everybody's saying you're the girl that everybody said I liked, and I said I never sat down and had a conversation with you. We never like sat next to each other. Okay, I don't know why they would say that. Um, I never in my life sat like I'm sitting one in the chair and he's sitting next to me. Never. Okay, and I'm not going to give my age. I'm too much of a lady for that. I said, if this person is telling you that, then I don't know what to say to you. Well, have you ever dated a white guy? No. One time I dated a mulatto, looked really, really light, but his hair was probably kinkier than mine, but I mean the complexion was there, and then also the hair color. But now they told me maybe he dyed his hair, even he's saying 'cause he was young, and you know how people are. He did really just say it to me. Okay. So I thought about it when I saw it. I said he did seem like maybe something was going on with his hair color. You know, that's another thing I want to talk about people. Hair color is probably what you should get out of it. Is that racism is so bad, but if somebody has your hair color, they should have respect for you and care for you. Not complexion. I would demand that they would. If they do not, then I have to take it under serious consideration. Okay, but then you see most black people are at a deficit or loss in demanding, because then they'll bring all these people who are lighter and they're white and say you demanded like here come. Okay. Okay, so basically what I want to say is this. Okay. Okay, so first I want to say is this, right? So, so this was to say, it's funny that a lot of the black guys, we talked about it though, because maybe this is the answer. They really had used a lot of black women, and troublemaking made for black women, I think. One thing is they go around like they had did things for black women they didn't, because the black women are saying, I don't care if you said, listen, you was there early in the morning, and then by the next day you were still there. I mean, that's why I use early in the morning as a reference. Okay, she's saying you did not do anything for her. Because I don't just think we're all people. We love people. We care about people. Me, myself, I love people. I love helping people. I care about people. I love myself. I want to help myself. I care about myself. Okay. So when I say these words, I'm saying it, to say to you that you did so much troublemaking, and the black women do a lot of troublemaking because they don't never want to admit nobody didn't like them, the black women. So they're like, listen, and I'm going to get to my point we were talking about the housing, but they never, other than what I said about the white people, that if you go into them, just forget about it. Just say, listen, I don't know you. I don't want to know you. If it's that serious, you know, find some woman who's light skinned and then like put some makeup on her, cause I can't do it anymore. And then the guy, like I said, who's the mulatto, did you want to? I wouldn't say any guy should dye his hair, but let's just move on from there. Okay. Now back to what I want to say is this, cause dealing with white folk is like you might as well say poverty times 2,000. But let me get back to the black women. They don't want to admit that they don't look good. So it's just like problems time. Listen, admit that you don't look good. And the black guy, stop doing that using the black women. Okay. Now we get to this, which is racism. That you've done it so much, racism at your door. You do something, they do something. Not we just here and we nice people and people just mean to us. Sure, without showing that people are mean sometimes, and I say mean and argumentative, but for the most part, all of us should have better going on than that. Um, most 89 or 98% of us. Okay, so I feel like you've done so much wrong. Now the racists can say, listen, I want to argue with you. And sometimes you need to see how racists are mean to you. And we'll get back to the housing. They want to argue with you and everybody that almost looks like you, which means black people can't help anymore. Um, if they come and ask you for help, I like to teach tolerance to say, listen, I can't help you. I gotta help all these other people. Okay. Rather than you go around and say black women can help and black guys can help. I think if you had a guy that was like, listen, they'll date the black women because they can help, you meaning maybe the light skinned black guy, the light skinned black women also would help. So the black women who's kind of browner, you still had a problem because you go to him and say you could help him, the light skinned black guy, and then like the money is not there for you, but the light skinned black woman say she'll help too. She's better looking to him, and you just look silly. So I thought telling black women that they could help guys, the black guys was trying to cause trouble for the black women. Okay. Now I'm going to give you a couple minutes to think about that. Now, I want to say this, and I'm an American. While you think about it, 12th generation American, mixed, all American. Okay, 12th generation. More than really 12 generations, but I don't want to get into this conversation with you. Okay, most of the black people, I don't really know them, but from what they told me, is 4 or 5 generations. Okay, so basically, what I want to say is this. Um, Now that we talked about it, they know they were being mean to the black women. Say they can help, and then you gotta think women can't even help themselves. So I think the black women need to call it off and say that the black guys don't care about them or don't love them. I couldn't imagine any man I know telling me I could help guys. You know, they shouldn't even be able to move their mouth to be saying it. Okay. But this is what I have to say. So you have to think about it in those terms, and the black people are. Here is that I'm talking to a light-skinned black woman driving a car, and then a brown and black woman walking, and she's saying she's going to be the help for you. The light-skinned black guy. Okay. I don't want to be in a position to help guys, and not in the way that I'm. Yeah, exactly. Nobody should be talking to me like that. Okay. If that's what you're going to say, would get the date, then hey, I don't mean to say hey because it sounds kind of well, rude, but it does. I don't want to get the date then. Okay. Women can't even help themselves. They're going to help guys. Listen, you're going to help you. You're going to help guys. You 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 get dates. You now that we talked about that, we have to talk about housing again. Because some of the black people are just stupid to a lot of different things. Like, okay, we got all these houses here where nobody lives in because a lot of people just prefer to be home, leave America. Sadly, because they look more whiter, and they said, listen, these people seem to be nice when I go. One thing about black people, they don't do this, and they don't want to do it. Okay. Before somebody brings some black foreigner here and all the black people, let me run out the room. Okay. So black folks need to be honest with themselves. Because as black folks, one thing about black people, 4 or 5 generations, we not black, really. Okay. So these people are black. Black foreigners are black. Even the black foreigners that look light, because once you see like their mom, the person who's like their mom or the grandma mom or somebody, it's like, okay, damn, they dark. But this is what I have to say. That go for the Caribbean ones and the other, yeah, and the oh yeah, they dark. Okay. Even when they look real mixed, and they'll tell you we was just mixed, meaning like you'll see, yeah. Now, best what I want to say is this. You know, now that I said that, um, with the housing, some of the houses are 100 to 200 years old. We were great. Um, Carpenters here. I love using that reference, carpenters, and we're great when you see beautiful buildings and houses and skyscrapers. But I have to say to you, 100, 200 years, or even 300 years old, the houses look 300 something years old. The houses look really good. However, I don't think And the buildings that we have, which are really like, I don't think we should be paying rent to stay there, though. Okay. After 100, 200, 3 years, I just don't. And then when you live on a block, on a block, a neighborhood, or someplace, it's like each street 5 or 7 empty houses, and then like you're paying rent in like a house or apartment just kind of seems out there to me. I don't know these people who think I should continue, but it seems to be like the chase for the almighty dollar. That's what I'm talking about with housing. Okay. What black folks need to do is just say we can't pay rent anymore and we don't get involved with landlords. Nothing that would be unlawful if there was like utilities to be paid and taxes and people did their jobs on those things, sure. But rent just seems outdated. To buy a home kind of is seeming outdated because you don't pay rent. What would you do? Just like give a huge down payment rather than security. You would say, listen, here's security times 5 or something and let me live here. 100, 200, 300 year old, yeah, 300 something year old house that's really nice and well put together. Because we're great builders. That's what they're saying. And carpenters here in America, it would look good because most of these houses are 100, 200. Yeah, yeah. So and you go in and it still looks nice, still looks great to people. You know, the house you're in right now could be, it definitely would be over 80 years old. Okay. Well, when was it built? You don't. Well, when the 1920s, the 1900s. Okay. It's like even more than like 80. Okay. 1940, you exactly. You're nearing like somebody said 1940, 1930. Okay. So we have to say like we don't want to pay rent anymore, and it's not to be racist. Let's say you do that. You put like security deposit times $2,000 into um getting one of those homes. Like I said, your home is you put security times two. Yeah, that you're renting right now. Security deposit times 3 or times 5. You're not going to pay more than like 40 something thousand dollars, and you're not going to pay more than 30 something. Okay. What are you going to pay? You're going to pay like maybe, if they said this was really nice, like they took you in, maybe you would pay like 20 something thousand. Okay. But maybe you could pay it like rent rather than this whole huge plan and paying. Meaning like, here's the keys. I don't know you. You'll be paying rent. Here's our agreement. Okay. Once you reach that amount, it's yours. If you come into some money in between that time and you pay us like, yeah, a huge amount to get there faster, great. Now we sit down and say, yeah, we estimate each year would be this amount. But already you're paying over $10,000 or $20,000 a year right now. Okay, to rent a house or an apartment. Okay, fine. hmm Okay, a house or an apartment. You're paying over $20,000 a year. So you have to think. or $10,000 a year is really enough that you're paying over that. So like in 2 years or 3 years, you would have already been owning. Okay. If you own, you can do anything you want with the house. That's lawful. You could, if you wanted to, maybe have like a small business there. If you wanted to, you could like what we talked about. Maybe somebody said, "Listen, I don't mind you having like some type of flowers or something in the backyard, but I don't want to come here and see some garden there or something." Okay. Yeah. So you want to maybe say like you would want to and then other things you would want to do there that it's just you and you could do it and it's yours and you don't know where it might lead. One day you might be able to find some way to have your own utilities going into the house without continue to pay. They said they already could find things like that with solar panels or anything. Okay. So what you need to do is like listen, say, hey, I don't want to like um okay, so you would want to be doing that and everything. So right now, I want to say that, and then you don't want white people to be knowing you, because I think like you have to think like if white people know you, they know about you, maybe. Okay, so, but that has to be mutual. Meaning, I like to teach tolerance. And saying white people know about you, I like to say that you would say, and thank you, some people are listening. You would say, listen, um, white people know about me, so I'm going to not be involved with them at all. They already said they don't like black people, and then go from there. Okay. And another thing I wanted to say too is that we're all American that I'm talking to. I really don't want to talk to any people that's black foreigners or something. And you got so many problems as African American. Maybe you should mean American, African American 4 or 5 generations, not black foreigners. Saying I don't even know if the black foreigners could pass the test. Thank you. Somebody was nice to me to say they would be citizens. So I think there's a lot of problems, discrepancy among white people in dealing with you. Because I think if you look at how white people are as being people with problems, I don't think why would black foreigners keep coming around when it seems like the test that they would have their black foreigners can't pass the test. Okay. But also I want to say, as Americans, you've been here so long, 4 or 5 generations, that really you should ask for a better job. Um, I talked with black people about this, that they should say, listen, okay, I want like a better job, not somebody's $9 an hour job. That's to me is a job that somebody would say, I don't know what to do, I don't know how to do things, I don't even know how to speak properly to people. Um, I think you need to say, listen, this is what I am. I'm an American, and I want a job for X amount of dollars. Okay. Not I'm stupid and people would have to keep training me, or something's wrong with me and I have to keep being trained and all. Okay. I'm an American. If you're gonna go with these other people, once you find yourself, exactly, one day somebody who they don't know anything about anything, you're involved with all those different people. That's on you. You want my ass in this chair, you're gonna pay me. Okay. So I think like you need to say maybe upwards from 80 to maybe 200 and something thousand. If you could get more money than that, fine. Okay, just sit down, write, look over jobs. That's it. I'm an American. Exactly. How many years of education? If you had some education, you're here, you're in America, but how many years education? Even if you at this you being American, 3 years of education should really be enough. Okay, and 3 years education don't mean past 18. All right. So now some of the black people see that these people are taking advantage of them. That you're well-talented, attractive, intelligent people, but they're saying, what? You got 3 years of school. You're an American, law-abiding citizen. I didn't even like using those words. Come on, I got a great job for you. Okay. Not, oh, we need to see if you have more education, if you got education, and we like to see if you have education. Okay. And then when we talk about housing again, we need to say that for housing, right? Um, that the person needs to say to me, when we talk about housing, that paying rent is just out there. If black people want I talked to several black organizations. You want my, thank you, because black people we do participate. You want my participation. Paying rent is out there, and some of these people think it's an outdated premise. This is what I mean about stupidity with people. If it's an outdated premise, I'm not going to look down on you if you say you may not do it. Okay. So, let's think about so many black people that do not pay rent, but they're not homeowners. Okay. So, we always had to do for ourselves as black people and help each other. So, you go to the black person, what? You're intelligent, you're attractive, but you don't pay rent. Well, let's see what we need to be saying. You don't pay. Now we got to look at the chase for the almighty dollar. You don't pay. I don't want to know you. Well, I'm intelligent, I'm attractive, and I'm a black person. Okay. Um, and then also we need to also see about our own medical problems. I need to speak with black people about that to say, listen, why don't you just see about your own medical problems? Uh, if I have to go to somebody else first, something's wrong. Okay, I may not know exactly what it is, but at least I know something. Not somebody. Now you got the other part. Not you saying I'm going to go, and they would be knowing, and we can't be silly and we can't be stupid. Okay, if somebody tells you your problem, tell them what you know about it and stick to it. Don't sit here and let them say they told you and now that you're going just along with them. Say, listen, this is what I know about my problem. If I think what you're saying is fine. I'll bring it up on another day. I would say fine because you're going through medical problems, but I'm going to stick to what I'm saying. Nobody likes to help people that are stupid or can't help themselves. So you go to that medical office and they can't help you with anything, but they said they know the problem. I'm sticking to what I know when I go to somebody else. Okay. And then black women that still walk should just be old hat for the for people. I mean, we're Americans. I don't really believe in public transportation per se. Okay, well, public transportation, but I do have to say that the black guys should drive the black women. So many black guys gave me offers and said, listen, I would drive you, you know, and I said, great. If you could find a way that you could do it less expensive, like one of these apps or like your social media where you say, listen, just give me a few dollars, you're close, I'll drive you or something. Okay, because I know people need gas money, but they shouldn't be walking at all. And then you should be asking maybe for like I said, when you go to social services, that they would also have life skills, like how the food at the store is like 100 times picked over. Maybe they could tell you, listen, we will send you to farmers markets instead because there somebody said this is, and then this is the beauty of living here. Somebody says, listen, I have fruits and vegetables um, that I like to pick, and like just bring them to the farmers market. Okay, and you buy the fruits and vegetables rather than like go to the stores 100 times picked over. And they have meats there too. So somebody has like a small meat shed and they put the meats, yeah, and in the shed and everything, and then bring it to the farmers market. Okay. The same thing with you having like plants, vegetables, and fruits on like a growing stand, which they have little lights under the stand on your back porch, and they have like hundreds of seed options and stuff, and then like having like a small chicken coop in the backyard for yourself. Um, that way you would have the food and learn how to eat well. Don't just eat, because I had this whole expose with the we talked about, somebody sitting down and eating all their food. It's just like slovenly. Even if you buy $100, $400 worth of food, if you eat all your food every time and save and eat and save and eat, anybody does that, it's just like, they said people who pick trash, you gotta look at what you do would like be friends with them. You eat all your food everywhere you go, and every time you sit down, you eat all your food. Also, that means people don't like you because they want you to eat all your food. Okay. So you don't want to eat all your food because you want people to like you. So try to use good table manners, whether people think it's nice, and don't eat all your food. And then we talk about food cooking. We talk about you going and first picking the better food for yourself. When you get home to prepare the food, you take the better part of the food again. This is where you already are like not using all the food that you bought, because like when you're in the store, you pick the better food and then you like take it home and then pick the better food again. I mean, you look at it again. Not you left the store and then you go home to eat. Some black folks need to look at their lives in that way. I mean, you know, you look at the food again and pick like the better part of the food again while you're preparing, and then when you cook it, you look at the better part of the food again. Yeah, food is expensive, so it doesn't make it, all the food doesn't make it off the table, and all the food doesn't make it like out of the pan or pot. And then once it's prepared, all the food doesn't make it off your plate. Okay. Because you still have to say, listen, I want to eat the better part of the food again, so it doesn't make it off your plate at all. So you have to say it didn't make it from those, and then you have to learn how to cook. So many people, look at people who have nice bodies and good lifestyle, not in the way of like them saying this is what I cook. I mean, come on, they're being mean to you. How do you like prepare your leftovers? I did an expose where they said people who go over the stove and put a little water in it, and it sounds like what would happen with their food to warm it up. They seem to have better health, even if they have weight issues, than people who microwave or do their food do their food by warming it up in the oven or something. Okay. So I was like, or I like to say prepare their food by warming it up. Somebody is talking with me when I'm saying this. Okay, well they're saying I did a good job, but I think so. They said even in the oven, by preparing them when go in the oven, they said when they stand over, but then you have to think about your health. So you stand over the oven, and this is what they like to talk to, but you feel like you really thought you needed a rest more than like standing over the oven. Okay, things like that also improve your health. Not just you saying, wow, this is the most helpful thing I can do for myself. Okay. Going to stores where people like you to be there as well. Not going to stores where people say, listen, we don't really like you there. I did a whole expose that people who go into the store and just like give them money and leave without talking to anybody usually end up like in a bad life in poverty. Okay. So you go into the store. This is how most of the black people I know go into the store. Get the what they want from the store. I give you that because we live in such a great place. But then we just pay the money and leave. Nobody's like, hello, I want to be nice to you. Okay. And then I think about racism, that those people have to also have problems, not just practice racism, because it's like years later, are you going to the store, now you're not that young, attractive girl that everybody liked. You got young people with you, and you got weight issues, as we all may have to deal with in some way. Now you thought they could have did better by you because you practice racism when you go into the store. Okay. So I gave that to black people because I felt sad about them. And most of the people they see when they go in the store are usually young, attractive women which I think wrongs black people because they feel like you're trying to say, keep coming to my store, but I'm racist. Okay. Also, I know that the women aren't supposed to work because you said you were a man to do things for them, provide things for them. So you still want me to have that ideology that you are a provider. And the store is really nice. Oh, I want to talk about a reward system too that will reward more the people who are responsible. So let's say we go to a store and everybody's really courteous and nice, and we see that is not young women there working. Okay. Then we say, listen, this is a great store, no young women working, everybody's courteous and polite, it needs to be rewarded. But I already thought about rewards in regards to a person like tipping the cashiers because I feel like it should come out of the money that you're going to like give to buy there. And so many, this is what I mean about some of the black folks. So many people who are poor, got poverty issues seem to follow you because I said, okay, I think I could give like $1 or so, but then it's like some, no, no, no. Okay. So let's say I go to the store right now. Now you see how this like bad for you for some of the black people. I go to the store right now, and it's like I know I have like $4, but $1 I have to give for a tip. That's fine with me, but somebody is saying some of the black people are catching on there and talking to. Okay. Now that we saw that and we saw like what we're talking about, maybe you should look at that with yourself. Like, is this person trying to be involved with you? And if they are, you don't want any involvement. You know, now that we have social media, we should say we don't want the involvement. And then you need to also say that maybe people don't really know black people because I noticed that you're talking to sometimes, and it could be other black people. But I noticed that I was seeing something where, because this is social media, where the black people I didn't like the folds at all, and a lot of you become so sensitive because I think you using a white person's ideology on things, which is wrong. So I looked at the photo later and I said, okay, this person was trying to like relay a message to me. Okay, not we look good and we want to be friendly with you immediately. Okay, because on social media they said, do they want to be friendly with you immediately? And it's like, okay, no, they were trying to relay a message. But so many black people are looking at a white person's ideology. Oh, the person didn't look good to them, and then so many black people aren't going through their problems. Like I said, you go through your problems first. You're going through medical problems. Think about yourself and saying, what do I think it was? I go to this person and I leave the office and I still don't have any help, and then like I'm gonna go with what you thought it was. Okay. And then also I want to say that try to do something good for yourself every day. Um, you may not have as healthy habits as myself, but I notice that I'm going through weight issues, which I'm working on, and you're not going through weight issues. So look at like the pluses for yourself, okay, and then try to do something healthy for yourself every day, and or good for yourself, which is also would be healthy. Don't take a white person's ideology on it. As farther away from white people as you are, the better things would be for you. However, you have to work on dealing with black people because so many black people are involved in troublemaking. I don't know if they can't come to grips with their health, and or they can't come. The sad thing about the black people that I talk to, and they need to say, when they're young, everything is great for them, and they think they can be friends with everybody. But then now you're older, and it's like, who's going to be nice to you? Um, you're no longer the younger person. What did you do to help yourself in being um older now? And they said that's going on now, that the older black people are like, they're young and I'm going to be mean to them. Okay, I mean, when I say mean, like, listen, I want like troubles to happen for this person. Yeah. In regards to not just what you're saying, but also in regards to your age. Okay. So like, let's say a black woman would say to me, "Oh, she thinks she doesn't have as much as weight by 30. Well, I think she should have it." Okay. Along with that, I think that we need to have more time with people that's close to us, which we're doing on social media, but we should try to make it that we can really continue to talk with them every day, that we could exchange numbers, text them. We always get birthday greetings, so, make sure that you put happy birthday for their birthday greetings. Learn to use social media. Okay. When you go to social services, they should talk to you about life skills again. One life skill is that once you get the food home, I think you should be able to like put the food in storage containers. Not what you're doing, taking the packages and then like just putting it inside the refrigerator and then putting the packages inside of like and the boxes inside of like the 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 kitchen pantry. You should say, listen, I need to like put it in storage containers. Why? I don't want like boxes and like packages all with my food all over the place. Okay. So I come to your home, right, and say, "Oh, you did buy food from the store," and I look at the storage containers in your kitchen pantry, and then I look at the storage containers in your refrigerator. Um, Invest in your health, not just a refrigerator that somebody gave you. If you have money, buy a new refrigerator. That's a beautiful health investment along with your other investments, like maybe going to the gym or something. Okay, not saying, oh, you know what? Somebody has this refrigerator before me, and I have this